Hello, my dear children of ninth standard. In this video, we are going to start a chapter from your Beehive textbook. The name of the chapter is chapter number 6, My Childhood, written by APJ Abdul Kalam. So, My Childhood, written by APJ Abdul Kalam, this is an extract. Extract means a short passage taken from the text. So, this is an extract taken from his book Wings of Fire. Wings of Fire is a book which is written by Abdul Kalam, in which he has written his autobiography. So, My Childhood talks about the childhood of APJ Abdul Kalam. So, let us begin the story. But before that, tell me, who was APJ Abdul Kalam? So, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Abul Pakir Jainulabdin Abdul Kalam, was an Indian aerospace scientist and politician. He took birth on 15th October 1931. He served as 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He was born and raised in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu, and studied physics and aerospace engineering. World Students Day is observed on 15th October to recall and show respect on the birth anniversary of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was also associated with India's space program and missile development program. Therefore, he is called Missile Man. He was honored with several prestigious awards, including India's highest civilian honor, Bharat Ratna, in 1997. So, now let us see the story. So, this lesson tells us about Professor Abdul Kalam's childhood. He is one of the world's greatest scientists. His father's name was Jainulabdin. His mother's name was Asha Ma. He was born in 1931 at Rameshwaram. His parents were neither much educated nor rich. Yet they were very generous and kind, means they were very helpful and kind. Many outsiders ate with the family every day. Now, Abdul Kalam had 3 brothers and 1 sister. They lived in their old ancestral house, which was built in the middle of the 19th century. It was a large Pakka house. It was on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. He said that his childhood was very secure childhood, both materially and emotionally. So we can say that Abdul Kalam's childhood was secure. Means his parents were giving them all the necessary needs. So now Abdul Kalam was only 8 years old when the Second World War broke out in 1939. There was suddenly a great demand for tamarind seeds. Abdul Kalam would collect these seeds and sell them in the market. His cousin Samsuddin distributed newspapers. He employed Abdul Kalam as a helping hand. In this way, the child Abdul earned his first wages as 1 anna. 1 anna, an old Indian coin worth about 6 paise. So, Abdul Kalam says that every child is born with some inherited characteristics. Inherited means quality taken by parents by birth. So, he says that every child is born with some inherited characteristics into a specific socio-economic and emotional environment. He says that he inherited honesty and self discipline from his father and faith in goodness and deep kindness from his mother. He had three close friends in his childhood: Ramananda Sastri, Arvindan, and Shiva Prakashan. All these boys were from Orthodox Hindu Brahmin families. Orthodox means very strict religion follower. As children, none of them ever felt any difference among others because of their religious differences and upbringing. In fact, Abdul Kalam says that he was in the fifth standard at Rameshwaram Elementary School and a new teacher came to the class. Abdul was sitting with his close friend Ramananda Sastri in the front row. Now, the new teacher could not tolerate a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. He asked Abdul to sit on the back bench. He was very sad. So was Ramananda Sastri. Abdul found Sastri weeping as he went to the last row. This made a lasting impression on Abdul. Later, Ramananda Sastri's father, Lakshmana Sastri, called the teacher. He asked him not to spread the poison of social separation among the children. The teacher felt sorry for the same. Now, Abdul's science teacher, Siva Subramania Iyer, was very high caste Brahmin. His wife was very conservative, but he did his best to break social barriers. One day he invited Abdul for the meal at his home. Now his wife refused to serve Abdul in her kitchen. Then Siva Subramania served Abdul with his own hands. He sat down beside him to eat his meal. Now, Abdul Kalam says that Siva Subramania's wife watched them from behind the kitchen door. He wondered whether she had observed any difference in the way they ate rice, drank water, or cleaned the floor after the meal. Now, when he was leaving their house, Siva Subramania Iyer invited him to join for the dinner again the next weekend. Now he went to his house next week. This time, Siva Subramania's wife took Abdul inside her kitchen. She served him food with her own hands. After that, Second World War was over and India's freedom was imminent. Means India's freedom was about to happen. And Gandhiji declared that Indians will build their own India. The whole country was filled with an unprecedented optimism. Means the whole country was filled with an hope and cheer. He asked his father for permission to leave Rameshwaram and study at the district headquarters in Ramananthapuram. Now, Abdul Kalam's father allowed him to do so. he said to Abdul that he knew he had to go away to grow. Also, he said that does the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? Means his father said to Abdul that one day even a seagull is a bird. A seagull has to fly in the sky alone and without a nest. But Abdul Kalam's mother was very emotional. She was not ready to give permission to Abdul. So, Abdul Kalam's father consoled his wife, who had grown emotional. Abdul Kalam's father referred to Khalil Gibran, the Persian philosopher. He told her that her children were not hers. They were the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They came through her and not from her. She might give them her love, but their thoughts were theirs. So, my dear students, this was the summary of the chapter My Childhood. So, first read the chapter, then watch the video. Thank you.